Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here again. Today, going to show you guys how to play You Might Think by the Cars with Elliot Easton. Big hit from the band's 1984 album Heartbeat City. Let's close in here a little bit and get started, shall we? Alright then, You Might Think, Elliot Easton and the Cars. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial. The opening riff to this one is pretty easy to play. It's just power chords, all palm muted, 1 bar of D, 1 bar of G, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of D. That is the opening riff. It's also the riff that we're going to be playing during most of the chorus and also the verses. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's going to continue. Another guitar is going to join playing this. So what we're doing here is holding our middle finger on the second fret of the G string along with the open D. We're going to strike those together 3 times. Then you're going to drop onto the second fret of the D with your index finger and back off again. Now with that exact same rhythm, we're going to go off to open D, open G. And then on the 4th pick strike, you're going to drop onto the 2 of the D and off again. Along with the open G, right? From the beginning. Now, same rhythm, we're going to make a double stop here on the 2s of the D and the G, bounce off the 4 of the D this time. Right? Then we're going to drop into a B minor, just on the top 4 strings with a little down, up, down. Right? Ba-da-da. Into that. So after the B minor, so basically what we're doing here is going open D onto the 2, grabbing the 4 of the A and back to open D. Sorry, open D, 2, open D, 4, open D. And you're going to repeat that, but you're going to start it with 3 or 4 hits of the open D. And then you drop into a D5 chord, D chord without the high E string, right? And go bum, 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 just pedaling off that open D. Now, while we're playing this, before dropping into D, every time you hit the D string, whether it be the open D or that second fret, you're hitting the open G string along with it. Right? So that whole section there. B minor. Ba, 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 ba. Into the main riff twice for the verse. Into the pre-chorus. So this is what we're doing during the pre-chorus. So B minor, you're going to go A string, D string, skip over the G, down to the B, back up to the G. Right? Then you're going to go off to A, do the exact same thing. Then you're going to go into G. You're going to skip over the A string on the way down. So you're going to go low E string, that 3rd fret there, D, G, D. And then you're going to go 3, 2 open on the B string. Back into B minor, back into A. And the second time we go into G, we're going to skip over the A and the D string on the way down. So we're going to go from the low E, down to the G, down to the B, back to the G. Kind of like that. And then you're going to drop out of this G, drop your index on the 2 of the high E, and pedal off this 3 of the B by releasing that 2 off to open, right? And that is the pre-chorus. Crafty guitar work going on here. And then we're into the chorus. The chorus is almost the same. It starts the same as the main riff, D to G to A. But then we're going to go into B for 1 bar, right, before going back into D. Now, while we're in B, one guitar is just going bum, 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 you know, the same rhythm. Right, while another is doing this. That kind of deal that we were already playing, right? Pedaling off this 3 of the B and the 2 off to open of the high E. Doing that 2 or 3 times, right? Now you can kind of mimic that when you drop into B. Kind of like that, just strike the B and then jump right down to the top 2 strings. And just lift the bar off, right? Not easy. All I want is you. And then we're back into this. So we're going to go D to G to A again. We're not going to go into B. We're going to finish the chorus with this. And then just drop right into the next verse, right? Da-na-na-na-na. Holding that 2 of the G, bouncing off the 2 of the D. And then open D, open G, and then that lick, right? The 2 off to open, hitting those open strings together 3 or 4 times, right? 2, 4, open, right into the next verse. Again, let's speed it up. Back into the pre-chorus. Chorus, G, A, and then B, right? Now D. Whoa, that was a terrible D. Just strike that D at this point and just let it ring because we're dropping into the bridge at this point. So the bridge just before the solo. You kept it going till the sun went down. You kept it going. So what we're doing during the bridge here, B minor again, down the 4 middle strings. And when you get to the B string, you're going to lift off to the bar. And then just ride back up the strings again. Then we're going to drop into G. Just ride down the bottom 4 strings. And then you're going to go into A and just go A, D, G, back to A, right? And then drop back into B again and repeat it 3 times, right? G, choke it off till the sun went down. A, you kept it going, and that leads into the solo. All right then, the solo to this one, let's give it a quick little run through here and then we'll dig into how to play it, yeah? So then, a lot of double stops going on here, and it starts with this bend here on the 4s of the G and the B, kind of a slow half-step bend, right? Hitting those 2 notes together. Could be a slide. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it's a bend, but it might be a slide. And then we drop into this. So we're starting with a couple of mutes, right? Holding a double stop here on the 5s of the B and the high E, hammering onto the 7 of the high E, hitting that twice, and then backing up to a double stop on the 3s of the B and the high E and hitting that twice. Right? Moving up to a double stop on the 7, 8 of the G and the B. Again, starting with 2 mutes. And you're going to hit that double stop, release it off to just the 7s. Back onto the 8, slide the whole thing up 2 spots. Right? Into this. So we're grabbing a double stop on the 10s of the B and the high E, hitting this 5 times. Group of 3, little pause, and then a group of 2. Kind of like that. Then you're going to do a hammer onto the 12, back off again. Take the 11 of the G, slide it back to 9, back off to 7, and then onto the 9 of the D and slide out of it. Kind of like that, right? Into this. Double stop, 12, 13, G in the B. And hit that like 3 times and then off to just the 12s. Right, little mutes and whatnot. Move the whole thing up 2 spots. And then I think you're gonna hit it like 4 times, the 14, 15. And then off to just the 14s with a double hit and slide out of it. Right? And then we finish the solo with this. So we're back here, double stops on the 10s. Gonna slide the whole thing up to 12 and back to 10. Then hammer on 12 back off to 10. Then you're gonna hammer on 9 to 11, back off to 9, off to 7. Into this. So hammering on 7 to 9 of the D, 7 onto 9 of the G, pick it again, and then we're going to do some crafty bending here. This is a little bit tricky to play. We're going to take that 9, bend it a full step, release it, rebend it a step and a half, release it, rebend it a full step, and then release it again. And then pull it off to 7. Right, that's kind of tricky to get every one of those bends to pitch. Finishing the solo with this. Bending that 9, off to 7, grab the 9 of the D, and then up to the 10 of the A. Immediately slide it back to 7. Finish the solo with this. Take that 5, drop back onto 7 into 9. 7 to 9 of the D, and then finish the solo on the 7 of the G. And that is how you play that one. Right? So from the beginning, those bends, right? And then we're just back into another verse, which we've already learned. Right? D to G to A to D. Repeat that twice, back into that again, right? Chorus. Into B. All I want is you. Ba-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na. I think that's the end right there. I think you just go back to the main riff. Right, and just drop into D, end of track. I'm pretty sure that's how it ends. And there you go. That is how you play You Might Think by Elliot Easton and the Cars. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind and helpful to my channel. Hope you're well out there, and we'll see you next time, yeah? Cheers.